All right, I am so thrilled to bring you our next Beyond the Pharmacy series today with my amazing friend and fellow Gainesville business owner, partner in crime in the world of business here in Gainesville, Carly Marhefka. She is the co-owner of B3 Gym here locally. We originally scheduled sort of a three-way video series, which we're actually going to separate into two parts because our second guest, Tom, is going to give us a much more personal breakdown of what he experienced, but he was unable to join today due to an unforeseen circumstance. So we will do a second part next week, hopefully. But first, we're going to just talk to Carly. Carly, I'm so thankful that you have joined us today. And I know you have so much insight being not only a member of the gym, but co-owner, and you've seen quite a bit. So take us into, well, introduce yourself first, and then take us into your beginnings with the gym, which what used to be Body by Boris, and then through the process of what it is now.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. I love what you're doing. And so when you asked me, I'm like, yeah, of course. And
thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful message. So yeah, my name is Carly. I'm one of the co-owners of B3 Gym, which is a local CrossFit gym here in Gainesville, and then also the co-owner of Eat the 80, which is a healthy meal delivery company. And we are able to ship almost nationwide now, so we're really excited about that. But so yeah, with the gym, that's actually how I met my husband, Chris. He's the co-owner. And I think this is terrible. I should know this date. I want to say we're going to be 9 this year. Wow. So it's just over, 8 years. I know. Time flies. It really stresses me out how long that has been. It feels like it was yesterday. But we started the gym. Chris started it a couple months before we met, and I was there in the beginning to really help him grow this thing. And it started literally a gym that met on a field, and he would like drag these bins of weights. They were kitty litter bins, to be exact. And we would work out with this big group of people. And there was such a passion and love for what he did. It was people were just drawn to him, and they saw how true he was with connecting to people and helping them get healthier. And it's grown from there. So now we have a physical location, way nicer. We don't use kitty litter bins anymore. So with that, obviously comes helping people become the healthiest version of themselves. And what I love about what you're doing is we're talking so much more about what holistic health looks like. And it's not just getting in the gym and working out for an hour a day. It's what are you putting in your body? What is your mental health state? I mean, are you meditating? Are you journaling? How do you feel every day? Just looking at the whole picture. And that's what we really try to do at our gym and also through our meal delivery side.
That's so wonderful. I love that you combine that. I love that you guys, you started out truly just with the goal of helping, individuals on a very much smaller scale, and it grew out of just organic desire and need and just community involvement. So that's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, I did, look through. I actually wanted to get, you probably forgot this quote, but I found a testimonial from you actually on your website. And I just thought it was so great because it ties in exactly what we want to say. So I hope that it's
I'm curious to know what it said. Yeah.
But it actually says, I feel complete at Body by Boris, which is what it was called before.
Yeah, we did have a rebrand. Yeah.
Yeah. This gym has helped me to be the best version of myself. The loving community helps you to accomplish things both mentally and physically that you never thought were possible, which I love that there's those keywords of community and helping both mentally and physically. And we kind of right before this just talked about how, we certainly think of gyms and exercise fitness type studios as certainly helpful for more outwardly things. Like, of course, people, are looking to lose weight.
Exactly.
Yeah, and get more tone and fit, but we don't always highlight or emphasize what's happening beyond that, what's happening in areas that we can't see mentally and in other organ systems throughout the body.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So could you kind of mention and go through, without specifically mentioning any names of your members, but can you kind of go through what you have seen, and we'll kind of break this into, what you have seen through the exercise component. So just the benefit of getting active, and then the community component. So, we have guidelines in the pharmacy and the medical world that say, okay, if you have a patient with depression, this is what you do. You prescribe psychotherapy, and then you prescribe medication, and nowhere does it say exercise. So can you kind of take us through what benefits you have seen?
Yeah, absolutely. So I recognize first, I want to say, I do know that depression is something that a lot of people struggle with. And I know how serious it can be when people are struggling with these different mental health issues. So by no means this is a one size fits all, but I'm always happy to share my experience and what I've seen. And what we see at our gym, it's really incredible. People come to us in search of, like you said, the extrinsic factors are, of course, some of those shiny things that people think are fun. I want to have more muscle. I want to have a leaner stomach. I want to look good in a bathing suit. But that's not what gets you out of bed and into the gym. That stuff fades away, and it's easy to forget about that. But what keeps people coming back is the change they feel when they leave the gym. They have more energy. Their anxiety is reduced. Their depression is less than what they had coming into the gym. And I remember just the other day I was talking with one of our members, and she said, it's amazing. She didn't even realize it was gone until she put two and two together. She's like, I realized after I left the gym, that nagging anxiety and that worrying that always was just kind of there was quiet and it was gone.
Wow.
And it took her talking through it and thinking about it before she realized that after she left the gym is when that anxiety really dissipated. And so after she put two and two together, she's like, it's incredible. I mean, yes, I'm losing weight, and yes, I'm working out and doing all of those things that are good for my health and my heart, but I'm also having way less levels of anxiety. And we also know that through working out, that it's been shown that even just working out a couple times a week, I mean, we're talking 30 minutes a day, has been shown to be as effective as antidepressants in some cases. That's insane. I mean, when you think about no side effects, no medication, all you have to do is move your body, and that can potentially have the same side effect or end result as medication. That to me is like the ultimate win, because you just show up, move your body, and then hopefully feel better after that. And then somebody that you're going to be speaking with, I won't give his full story because I want to make sure that he is able to do that with you guys. But Tom, one of our members, has been very open and vulnerable with us, which has been so incredible, because what I love about Tom is that he doesn't make what he's gone through with depression and anxiety feel, he's not ashamed about it. He's very open and honest. And he talks about with us that once he found the community and he started moving and using muscles he hadn't in a while and working towards a goal, and he found himself so much happier and better off because of it. And he'll tell you all the good details when he comes on the show in a couple of weeks. But it's really incredible to see his transformation, not just physically, but in his self-esteem, the way he carries himself. And that's something our members see too. It's when you are making those changes, you start to feel better. But then when you also have the physical aspect too, your self-esteem is increased. And who doesn't want more self-esteem? So maybe a couple people don't need any more of it, but for the most part, most of us, struggle with confidence. And when you do have that boosted confidence, it translates into all other areas of life.
Absolutely. And I just love that you have shared that story. And that's really how I saw this originally, was you guys sharing Tom's story, and just his vulnerability and willingness to share is so, so impactful. So I thought we'd just bring it to more people. So I can't wait for him to get on too. I love that you mentioned that there absolutely are studies that show that when exercise is paired up either alone or against antidepressants, really the benefit in depression is there's no significant difference. Right. And as far as relapsing, so years down the road, those who continued with exercise did better than those who did continue with medications. It's significant.
Crazy to me. And I get though that it's a vicious cycle, because when you don't feel good, literally the last thing you want to do is get into a gym.
Right.
I recognize that. I have a history of depression in my family. And so I've seen what it can do to people and how difficult it can be to, once you're in that cycle and not feeling well, nobody wants to pull themselves out of bed or off the couch and go move. It's literally the last thing you want to do. Mm-hmm. But just knowing that all it takes is getting there. And once you're there, you're going to feel the difference. And I mean, I'm only speaking for myself, but, they say all day you're supposed to get up out of your chair and take these walk breaks because it helps reinvigorate yourself and your brain, you have more clarity. And if you've ever done it before, I mean, you're like, oh, I really don't want to do this right now. But literally like a 5-minute walk more focused, more energy,
Yes.
better. It's incredible. So the results are literally instant. And so someone's like, oh, if I could give you a pill and right away you're going to feel better, that to me is exercise. Right away you can see the benefits. We were at a seminar at our gym a couple weeks ago. One of our interns did a study on the brain benefits of exercise. And halfway through, she made us all get up and do burpees. And we were groaning and nobody wanted to do it. But afterwards, she was like, how does everybody feel? And we're like, crap, we actually feel really good.
Yeah.
So in the moment, it's not so fun. But afterwards, it's instant how much better you feel.
Absolutely. And there really isn't, you know, certainly science is improving, but as far as our traditional antidepressants and the options for them, none of them are going to give you nearly as effective as that instantaneous benefit. So yeah, it's really just motivating people to get out and know that there is science behind it. It's not just, you know, it's not just a gym owner saying it for their benefit. It's true. Yeah. So can you talk about, we talked a little bit about, you know, the exercise component, which is huge. We know that the increase in blood flow is significant, that the endorphin release is significant. Can you talk about, because you guys do such a great job at this, the community part, because science actually also says that with regard to mental health, loneliness can have the impact on the body as much as 15 cigarettes a day. So it's huge what loneliness can do.
I just got goosebumps.
So can you talk about how you guys create such an amazing community and how that's benefiting your members?
Yeah, absolutely. So I always go back to this example of, and I'm not poo-pooing on any gyms because I would never do that, but I go back to the way I used to work out because I literally would go in and do nothing because I hated it. But when I would go to these big box gyms and you don't go with anybody and you work out on a couple machines, you have no idea what you're doing and you're by yourself and you're like, I just want to get out of here. This is terrible. And that was just my personality, and that might not be speaking for everybody, but that's what I think of. But then it was such a game changer for me. Once I started working out in a group, in a community, it became totally different. I was held accountable because I had literally a family of people that knew me by name. They expected to see me in a class. And so I didn't want to let them down by not showing up. But then I was just genuinely excited to be around those people. And when you're around other people, you get a little bit of friendly competition, which is fun. You get that support. So working out can be really hard. Like, we're talking about it like it's this great thing, which we know it is. But to be honest, it can really suck sometimes. You know, you're pushing your body to its physical limits, and it can be very challenging. And so you want your friend next to you saying, come on, like, get your butt up off the ground. We're going to do this and finish this together. Mm-hmm. And then just that camaraderie. You show up, you've got your friends there, and you just know that you're doing it together and you don't feel alone. Like you said, that feeling of loneliness. I mean, that's crazy. I had no idea that it had that impact on people. But it makes sense, because the second you walk into a room and you see all these smiling faces, and you're there, you know you're going to get through the workout. They're there to help you. They're there to support you. And then they're also there when it gets hard. So not only in the gym, but we all go through phases of life. I myself, last year, got sick and wasn't in the gym as much. And even though, I'm one of the owners, I had people reaching out to me, checking in on me, making sure I was feeling okay, asking if they could go for a walk with me. I mean, the type of stuff that only your family does. And that's what it feels like. It's your family. And so having that at the gym, that to me, even more than the physical side, even sometimes more than the emotional side, is one of the biggest draws for people, because it feels like your second home. And for a lot of people, it's the best part of their day. And so having that community around you, support, is truly one of the biggest differences in people going to a gym and just working out and making it a lifestyle change.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned family, because that's really what I feel like it feels like when you have a gym family. It really feels like your family away from home, because a lot of people, especially in transient type of university towns like this, they really are away from their family. And or even us, even though we're not students, our family doesn't necessarily live here. And so it can be tough to sort of find your place in the community, and a gym that supports that really can be your second family away from home. And that can make a huge difference
too. Like, people don't, once you've grown up and you have a job and you have a family. I mean, what else are you really doing outside of work? A couple people maybe are having their extracurriculars, but you're not really going to bars anymore. You're not really, doing all this in college to get out and meet people. So for a lot of people, going to the gym is really their only other social outlet. Maybe they're, doing, I'm trying to think of like another example of an activity that you get to go out and meet people, but it's the gym really for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And they know, and like you mentioned, they know that when they go there, they're going to get the support, that the people who are there to help them achieve their goals just as much as they're achieving their own goals.
Yeah.
And so it's, bringing that together, the health benefits of exercise and then the community part, it really is kind of, it's what should be prescribed, honestly. I mean, it really is, but nobody's getting a prescription to go to the gym. So I love that we're able to talk about this and hopefully inspire somebody maybe who's been thinking about it to get into the gym.
Yeah. There's this quote that I always love going back to in CrossFit. And they say the person who finishes CrossFit the last gets cheered for the loudest, because it's so true, which like nobody wants to think of themselves in class, finishing last.
Right.
But it's so not about that, because everybody just wants you to be there doing your best. And once everybody, as they start to finish, they start cheering for the people that are still working out. And nobody's quitting and giving up at that point when you've got a room of 20 people watching you and it's fun. So I always love that quote. And I think it's so true to CrossFit, but not just CrossFit, just anywhere you can go and work out and have a supportive family. Like I know you work out at Bar Forte.
Yes.
And I feel like they have an incredibly supportive environment there too.
Absolutely. Bryn has really created an amazing, and speaking of community, she's, certainly one of the first I think of as far as just creating a supportive community, and one that you want to go to, like you said, even despite the exercise part, like you just want to go there because that's your family and you just want to be there.
Yeah.
And I can speak to your gym for sure, because I certainly am not an avid CrossFitter, but the few times that I've been there and, looking like a complete fool trying to get through the workout, not understanding how to do it. I mean, everybody there was so supportive, showing me how like literally, like I was a child, because I really am. I mean, I don't know how to do the moves, but it doesn't matter because everybody there wants everybody else to succeed, and it's just amazing. You don't get that. You don't get that feel in a lot of avenues of life, certainly not in, corporate America, where everybody's kind of climbing their own ladders.
Right. That's so true. And I'm pretty sure you won our playing competition. I can't say you don't know what you're doing. Or whatever they're doing at Bar really worked great for you, because I'm pretty sure you won that.
Oh, well, you're super sweet. I actually had forgotten about that, but that's, it's very still with no motion. So I can, as long as it's not complicated. And I definitely give that all to Bryn and Bar for helping me with my core. So you all are amazing. But Carly, just thank you so much for bringing the world of exercising community to us, and for bringing Tom to us, because you guys really, through the amazing gift, were how that story got out. And I can't wait to talk to him and bring those details of his personal experience through. But thank you so much for your time, and thank you for all that you do for the community.
Oh, thank you so much, Claudia. I really appreciate it.
All right. I will see you and talk to you soon. Thank you, Carly.
Great. Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.